Oh boy, it's a rainy day in Minecraft once again. It always seems to be raining on my game. I don't know about you guys, but it's always raining when I play Minecraft. Start to sing, why does it always rain on me? Yeah. So, helping the good folks of the Aztec village right now. I'm gonna go check out what they need. I mean, they're in a sorry state. Look at that mud roof. It's gonna fall down on him. Oh, it's a wolf! Get back. Phew, he was rather fragile, wasn't he? So what do these guys need? It's gonna wash away. Oh, you need stone. That's right, you needed stone, didn't you? Okay. So, welcome once again to my Let's Play of the Yogbox Minecraft. And today's subject has been suggested to me by a lovely fella who noticed a comment that he kind of he wanted me to talk about, and the comment was basically like about originality. And so today we're going to talk about originality. That rain's really loud, isn't it? Let me turn that down just a smidgen more. Actually, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting, so that's good. That's good. So anyway, originality on YouTube is basically the subject of today. And you know, it's a difficult subject in certain regards, and in other regards it's very, very, very easy. Basically, if anyone leaves a comment on someone's video saying you're a pathetic copy of somebody else, the chances are they're a troll. You know, pretty much anyone who's insulting is probably looking to get some form of attention. So basically you should take them as being a troll pretty much, and don't take them too seriously. But you know, it's interesting that there are people who do go around other people's videos and say, well, you're not original, you're just a pathetic copy of my favorite YouTuber, whatever their favorite YouTuber is. You know, you got to remember that most of the guys doing this are about 14 years old. They really haven't learned any better. Oh god, they're making a noise again. But yeah, they really haven't learned any better yet, so it's still kind of like, you know, my favorite YouTuber is better than yours, and you know, it's like, you know, my favorite, you know, YouTuber's better than you are. You know, it's just kids, you know. It's just kids and man-childs, you know, man-childs, you know, kind of men who just haven't grown up yet, you know, gigantic man-childs. And to be honest, they don't deserve much recognition at all, so you should kind of just ignore them. Thumbs down the comment, by all means, because to say something like that's pretty trolling, it's a pretty nasty thing to say. It's not a very positive thing to say, you know what I mean? It's like nobody's original. I hate to break it. I hate to burst your bubble, anyone that thinks that someone's copying someone else. But they probably copied someone else themselves. There is virtually no originality on YouTube at all. And it's kind of a delusion to think so. Yeah, there are certain YouTubers with their own style. And that's great, you know, but they borrowed that style from somebody else. Like, I don't know, top of my head, Toby Turner. Toby Turner's a wonderful guy. I love him. I think he's great, and he's a really funny guy, but he borrows a lot from Jim Carrey. You can tell he borrows a lot from Jim Carrey and a few other comedians, and that's okay because we all have our heroes. We all have our comedians or entertainers that we look up to, and all the comedians that are out there right now, they all had their heroes, and they all based part of their act on those guys, you know. And that's okay because, you know, the comedians that came before them even based their acts on the comedians that came before them. And so, you know, there is no originality. Sorry to break it to anyone who thinks there is, but there isn't. What you do have is people who are very creative and they make videos and they try to entertain people. They try to make people laugh. And you should never tell them that they're just a pathetic copy of someone else because, yeah, I'm sure most of the people listening to this would never do such a thing, you know. But if there's anyone who has ever done that in the past, you know, just think about what you're doing. You're making someone feel bad for trying to entertain other people and make them laugh. and that makes you, it just makes you come off as a complete douchebag, and I'm sure you don't want to be seen as a douchebag. I mean, no one wants to be seen as a douchebag, so why would you do such a thing? It really makes no sense to me. If you're a reasonable person, why would you go around saying someone's pathetic for imitating one of their favorite YouTubers, or maybe they even haven't heard of the person? You don't know. I mean, you don't know if for all you know, that person could just be seeming to imitate someone, but they've never heard of them in their life. I've certainly had that one time. I had someone saying, you're just copying, I can't remember the name of the guy now, but he said, you're just copying him. And I was like, well, I don't even know who he was. And I honestly didn't know who he was. And it was like, and I've had other people like compare me with other people and say, well, I don't mind comparisons, but I'd like it if you just take me as I am, like everyone wants to be taken as they are. And that's what I try to do, I mean, a lot of people ask me what I think of other YouTubers, and I must admit I've been a wee bit harsh sometimes. I wish I hadn't been, to be honest, because I didn't mean it. For example, with Sly Fox, I said that I didn't get his appeal. But what I meant with that was, I don't get why he's like that successful. But I've come to find that, he really knows how to motivate his audience. He knows how to say the right things and do the right things, and hats off to him. And he's fairly entertaining. He's not one of my favorites, but that doesn't mean I don't consider him professional, and he does a good job at entertaining his viewers. So he's the only guy I've really commented on, because people are asking me about him, and I was like, well, I don't really know the guy. So the videos I have seen, they're not been my cup of tea, but they're gonna be someone's cup of tea. Someone's gonna like it, and great. It's just my kind of YouTubers are tend to be like Total Biscuit and a bit of the Yogbox sometimes, although I haven't been watching them lately. More because I can't keep up with them. They work so hard, I can't keep up with them. So I try to concentrate on my own stuff, and usually I'm playing games and working, and when I'm not, when I'm not playing games and working, I'm doing Let's Plays. So don't have a lot of time to watch people's videos, sadly, not as much time as I'd like. So yeah, it's really a shame that people feel the need to go around and basically say you're not original and you're copying someone else. And I think they need to realize that when it comes to entertainment, there is no originality, and it's the same with art, really. You can't really... I mean, would you go around to someone and say, oh, your work looks like Picasso, you're a copycat? You look like... Your work looks like Michelangelo, so you're just a pathetic copy of Michelangelo. I mean, who does that? Nobody does that. You basically... If they seem like they're copying or imitating it, you just be like, oh, that's really great, you're trying to imitate my favorite artist, that's great. You wouldn't even say that, you just say it looks very Michelangelo-esque, or it looks like Rembrandt, it looks like you're trying to do one of Rembrandt's works, and that's fantastic, I hope you succeed, because then I can look at art that's like Rembrandt, my favorite artist. So it's exactly the same thing on YouTube. If you have an entertainer that's looks to be imitating your favorite YouTuber, you should be like, yeah, do better, work at it, you're not as good as, they may not be as good as your favorite entertainer, but you should encourage them to improve so that they are. And if they are, then you have someone else to watch as well. And it just baffles me that people think that other people have so little potential. You got to realize that when someone starts out, and even after just a year or 2 years, they still can improve. They're not a dead loss if you don't find them very good at the start, or after half a year or a year. Don't lose heart in them. They will improve in time. If people are dedicated, then they will improve. Hello, I have some stone for you. I was going to sell them cobblestone for a minute, but they don't need that. They need lots of stone. Oh, they have chicken for sale. Have some of that. Thank you. They got everything they need now. Good. Temple in... Oh, they're building a temple. It's fantastic. I wonder if they'll be needing more stone. I expect they will be. Let's do some adventuring now. There's a guy down there. He doesn't look friendly. I mean, this whole place out here is just awash with things that want to kill me. So yeah, the guy who suggested this topic to me was worried I couldn't fill a video with it. It's like, well, yeah, I can, because it's kind of a very interesting subject for me. And basically, you know, because it's all about positivity and negativity again, you know, you gotta look at things with the perspective of as imitation is the best form of flattery. It's a very true saying. So if someone's trying to copy someone else and you like that person they're trying to copy, you should be chuffed to bits. You should be chuffed to bits that the person you like has had a positive effect on that person so much that they're making videos to entertain other people. And, you know, it's easy to have a kind of negative view and like, oh, they're just doing it to make money or whatever, but you don't actually make that much money when you start out and stuff, especially. So, and people who just do this to make money, you know, rarely succeed. You really have to do this because you love to do it and you love to make people laugh and stuff. I mean, me personally, I've always like been, I don't know what you want to call it. At school, at least I was always the clown. I was trying to make people laugh doing impressions. You know, I was trying to entertain people around me, and yeah, I was motivated by, you know, many factors, but you know, mostly it was just to cheer people up, and you know, it was good because, you know, school was not a very pleasant experience, at least not the school I went to. There was lots of horrendous behavior, lots of bullying, lots of beatdowns. I mean, there was kids getting broken bones and stuff like almost every week. I almost got broken bones several times. You know, I think I still have brain damage. One time I got pile drived about 10 foot off the ground straight onto my head. So I went to a pretty rough school. So it was a pretty horrible time for all the people who were there. So I used to try and take the mind off it. Try and get them to think of better times, you know. Ooh, what's that up there? That's curious, isn't it? It's making a jingling sound. What is that? Oh, it's... Whoa. Whoa. What the f... I don't know what that was, but it hurt. Is it like a wisp or something? How am I supposed to fight this thing? Is it like radioactivity? Ah, move away. I think it's some kind of radioactivity or something. Or some kind of monster I can't kill. Oh well. It serves me right for attacking it, I suppose. I must try not to get lost. I think I'm lost already. I get lost so easy in these places. I mean, they're huge. Especially these underground things. Ah, there's the ladder. Right. Let's put some torches here so I'll remember where it is. Yeah, so you know, it's something I've always loved to do, so that's why I make videos, you know, pretty much. It's like I saw lots of guys on YouTube who entertain people, and you know, they have a laugh and they share laughs with other people, and I always looked up to those kind of guys, so that's kind of why I did it myself, and that's pretty much what the big YouTubers did as well, you know. You know, like one of my favorite YouTubers, well, former YouTubers, Spoony One. He's not got a very good reputation right now, but I still like the guy, even though he's a bit well, he's a bit of a curmudgeon, I guess you would call him. A bit cynical, a bit kind of manic, bipolar, but a lovely fella, really. I think deep down he's a lovely fella. He just acts different. But yeah, you know, he started making videos because he was inspired by Nintendo Nerd and Armate21 and other YouTubers that came before him, you know, and so was another favorite of mine, Angry Joe. He was inspired by other YouTubers as well, so, you know, it's like, yeah, there probably was original first YouTubers, you know, that were the first ones to try it, but they got all their inspiration from comedians, their favorite comedians, or their favorite entertainers. So, you know, there's no such thing as originality, I'm afraid. It's all adaptations of what has come before. And yeah, there are some, like Jim Carrey, for example, who come along and they have such an original style of comedy that you really like, wow, we haven't really seen this before. Monty Python is another one. We haven't really seen that form of surrealist random comedy before. So, you know, I do accept that there is some originality. You know, I'm not saying there is no originality. I'm just saying it's like, I don't believe there is any on YouTube right now. I have yet to meet a YouTuber that has like the level of originality that I consider original, which is like Monty Python, Jim Carrey. I'm trying to think of other comedians. Even Billy Connolly, one of my favorite comedians, Billy Connolly. He actually said 2 comedians he draws from for his inspiration, and if you watch those comedians, you see a lot of Billy in them. So he's you could say he is just a copycat of some old Scottish comedians, but you know, he does it in a slightly different way, and there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, so that's pretty much all on the subject of that, guys. I'm not sure what else to say on the matter. It's like one of those things. It's just like if someone's saying bad things to someone for trying to make an entertaining video, you should just pity the guy, because chances are he's a kid and he doesn't know any better, or he's a giant man-child, and then you should definitely feel sorry for him. And you know, by all means, thumbs down the comment if you don't like it, or just reply and say, how can you be so negative to a guy who's just trying to entertain you? Or just leave my comment like, well, there is no such thing as originality. Everyone gains inspiration from other people. And maybe you'll listen to that. Maybe you'll just troll you back. It's, you know, at your own risk, guys. You know, don't feed the trolls and all that, you know. So, you know, it's up to you if you want to do that or not. But that's certainly what I usually do. I don't care if trolls troll me. You know, I have various people who, you know, don't like me for my opinions, and you know, the best they can seem to muster is just voting down a couple of my videos every now and again. But it's kind of nice in a way, because it's the only thumbs down I ever get, so I'm like, I must be doing something right. I mean, you know, I only ever get like 1 or 2 thumbs down ever, so I'm kind of chuffed about that. I'd be kind of worried if I didn't get at least some thumbs down, because, you know, then I'd be like, well, I must be being very neutral. But it's nice to get some thumbs down, believe it or not, you know, from some people, you know. Not that I like thumbs down, you know, not that I love it, but, you know, it's reassuring that it's very much the minority of people who don't like what I'm saying or what I'm doing or the style of commentary or whatever. The only unfortunate thing about dislikes is I don't know why they dislike it. So you look at it and you're like, well, there's no point. There really is, like, you know, everyone who's watching right now, if you dislike a video, and it's entirely your right to do so, please leave a comment letting the person know how they can improve or how they can entertain you better, because, you know, it doesn't take a second to say, well, your audio was not the best, or I didn't like the way you cut between stuff, or I don't like this game. Just say that, you know. But it's better not to say I don't like this game, because why are you watching the video? It's better to say, you know, well, you know, in that scenario, if you don't like the game, don't dislike the video. Just say, I think this game isn't very good because X, Y, and Z. You know, just try and give something critique, you know, something constructive to say, rather than just like, this game sucks, you know, like most people seem to do, especially with Diablo. For some reason, people are like, oh, it sucks, and it's like, well, it's just a different genre, and yeah, I get some people don't like that genre, but that doesn't mean the game sucks. It just means that it's not your type of game. You know, it's not, you know, it's not a bad thing to have a game that's not like your kind of game. You know, people don't make games just for you; they make it for many people. So chances are there's going to be some games you don't like. I mean, you know, I must admit I have said that, you know, I haven't liked a game because of certain reasons, but I always give good reasons why not. You know, mainly because people expect me to play the game. Like Secret World, you know, people expected me to play Secret World, and I had to tell them why not. You know, I had to say, you know, the character creation's just so jarringly, I don't know how to say it, poor, lacking, that it distracts me from being able to play the game entirely. And that's almost never happened to me, actually, but it was just like the females and the guys were just so, the graphics, you know, it's not the graphics, it's just the style. It's just not my style, you know. And I accept that people must like that style, I guess, and all power to them, you know. But I certainly wouldn't go around and say the game sucked, because it didn't. I actually enjoyed the gameplay. I tried the beta out, and I did enjoy the gameplay. It's just it just, the style of it was just, you know, so out of my style that I couldn't play it. I'm sure you've had games like that, where you've picked up a game and you're like, well, this is a good game, but the graphics and the style just, it just rubs me up the wrong way. It just doesn't suit me at all, and I can't get my character looking the way I want. And you know, I'm sure you've had the odd game like that, and that's just what I had with some games. It's not very many games, you know. I mean, even games that I've come to play and I found out that I don't really like it that much, I have finished them anyway. But usually it's only every now and again I meet a game that's really not my cup of tea. I'm trying to think of one. I mean, Duke Nukem was annoying in a lot of places, but then again I had a laugh, so, you know, had laughs and frustration. That's pretty much sums up a lot of games. I must admit, Assassin's Creed's like a good mix between like frustration and awesomeness. It's like frustrating, awesomeness, laughs, and then you know, frustration again. And it's like Assassin's Creed reminds me of old school games. Although it's less punishing though. It's still quite fair. It's just the controls are a bit shit still. Looking forward to the new Assassin's Creed game, of course. I'm going to be playing that for sure. I'm trying to decide what to play next. I talked about this last time, I think. I definitely want to play a Penumbra, but what I'm trying to do is Deus Ex Corrupted, and I'm trying to finish that game. And I've almost finished Call of Duty. Modern Warfare. Was it 2 or 3? I lose count. But yeah, Call of Duty, I couldn't bring myself to play it anymore because it was like too actiony for me. If you could believe that. I was just never in the right frame of mind to play it. So, but I am gonna get it done. So if you see some old videos coming out, don't worry. I'll try not to let it affect the stuff you like. You know, I always try not to let things affect other things. Some things do, and I'm sorry for that. But like the Skyrim got a bit delayed, but that was mainly because of the thunderstorms we've been having here and stuff. It kind of really screws up my recording if it's too hot and all the rest of it. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it off here, and next time hopefully we'll be building a project and stuff. I'm going to be helping the Aztec village and stuff. So hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time, guys.